All right, we got Will Oliver here. And like I said, it's a partner of mine from the old school, Youngstown, Ohio, North Side. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Will.
Uh, as far as my upbringing, I had a good upbringing as a child. I had my mom and my dad, in the house, and they had good jobs, and I pretty much had a great upbringing. My problem started, after I got out the house. I didn't apply what I was taught. I was hard headed, and that caused, by me being hard headed, that caused my downfall in life. I'm out there in the midst of alcohol and drugs, something that I was taught, not to do, but I did it. I'm 18. I feel I'm a grown man, and that's what I indulged in. And it just one thing led to another, and I committed a crime, and that was my first time, in the penal system. You know, and I did 8 years, and I really didn't apply myself, like I should have, because that's being locked up is a wake up call, because you in there under somebody else's control, and you can get hurt, killed in there, just as well as out here in the streets. But I didn't really apply myself. I would just want to hurry up and get back out, and I continued on that same path, and before I knew it, I was right back in the system doing longer time, but this time, I took a opportunity in my hands. They offered me to get my CDL license, and I took advantage of that and got my CDL license, and got me, once I got released, I got me a job driving truck.
In terms of, you mentioned, kind of being hard headed and things like that, and that's something we were talking about earlier with the kids being hard headed. What do you think helped you decide to get your CDL? I know being, incarcerated, was one factor, but was there any other factor, or was it just a time thinking about what everybody said? What else contributed to you saying, you know what, I got to make this change?
It was me thinking about my whole life, and want to get out different, for me, and plus I know at my age, with all this time I did, I need a little jump, and I knew CDL would be perfect, they make good money a week, and that's what I needed in my life, at that time, and it was, perfect for me.
hmm and I know your family had the honor. Your father cut my hair for a number of years. Your brother still cuts my hair, and your mom. I can remember her always singing around the house and whatnot. So how has their support been for you throughout? Your situations.
Oh, they support been great. They was always there, for me, and did for me, ever since I was a child. It's just that I was incarcerated. They still took on the job, which they didn't have to, but they still took on the job of helping me out and making sure I had this and that, And the main thing I hate about prison, man, I lost my mom before I got out. That hurt me the most of doing time. I knew it was something. Doing time was something for me to learn, because I was out here, running these streets and doing what I was told not to do. But once you're grown, you feel like ain't nobody tell you nothing. But I was in a situation where, hey, I'm gonna listen now. So it's not easy, but it's not hard. All you gotta do is do what's right. And with the kids nowadays, it's, I don't know what it is with them. I don't know. I know that, it got to do a lot with their upbringing, but you can have one parent telling you what's right from wrong, but they still, they love them streets, man. And they paying with their life, one way or another, death or doing time.
You always had a lot of good ideas about stuff and a real sharp mind. What are some things that you think that you could think of that can help some of these kids, and with regards to like programs and just what opportunities do they need in your opinion?
Well, they need first to be set down and teach them. Just teach them basic things. Cleaning up behind yourself. Life ain't about sitting around playing video games all day and then go out, and commit crimes. That's not living. They need the guidance where you got to take them one step at a time, and sometimes you got to walk with them like you do a little baby because they don't know no better. And you just got to have the patience with them. A lot of people don't have patience with kids now because that disrespect. They'll cuss you out, and people just don't have that patience with them. They'd rather not be bothered or just lock them up, and that's not life. They just need somebody to guidance in their life, which I'm not saying that their parents didn't do it or whatever. They just chose, because there's always a choice. Even if your parents teaching you the wrong things to do, it's still your choice to do right or wrong.
Okay. So a lot of these, young black men are getting locked up and then they come out of the system, similar to, you all's story. Now coming out, what's some things, I know we talked about a few things that you passionate about, some ideas and whatnot. Coming out of the system, what's needed, to help people from going back in?
Well, what's needed, first of all, it got to be with the individual if you want to do the right thing. That's first, the mental part. You got to be able to see you doing the right thing and then do it. And then you'll need, support. Like there's a lot of people that have great ideas and just need the support, opportunity. It might be hard in the beginning. You got to get a job, and get out there and build. You got to build your foundation now. And you just need some programs and stuff where they can put in place to hear your ideas and say, well, here, we're going to work with you and get this going.
Okay. I know a couple other things we talked about was like the landscaping and the sober house and nonprofits and stuff like that. What are some of your goals and passions in that area?
Well, my passion is the sober house, sober living, because that's what I need in my life. And I feel like if I'm helping someone else, they really helping me the same. So it ain't no one way. It'll be a two-way street. And I would love to get into the sober living, get the houses together and get them up and running, and I'm helping them and they helping me, and then I can, have the landscaping to try to, provide opportunities for people to have somewhere to work and, just put it all together, and just, help the community out.
Okay, that sounds like a real good idea. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to share? Any piece of advice? Family, friends, the young teens out here?
Well, what I tell to the young generation is stop it before it starts. I mean, once you get it started and you get to running with what you're doing on the wrong way street, it take you that much time to get back to the right street. So if you running 30 years, you're gonna come right back from where you started from, and stop it before you start. That's the only thing I can say.
All right, well, that's some good stuff. All right, so we're gonna wrap up. Again, thanks to my partner Will and my cousin Keith, and we're gonna do more of these videos, so y'all stay tuned. Peace.
I'm
Thank you, man.